DIE of, okay. In this video, I am going to talk about the pattern in WYDA. I can actually show you a picture. Okay, so here's the head, here's the shoulders, here's the spine. The pelvis is down here. So the vital energy is shifted to the right and up. The emotional energy to the left and up, and the mental energy to the left, and it might be a little bit up as well, but mainly to the left. Now this is the same pattern as is in Posture Restoration Institute's left AIC, right BC, right TMCC pattern. I don't know if I have it drawn here now or not. I don't think I do. No, okay. So we're going to go back here. So in Posture Restoration, the pelvis generally shifts this way and the spine rotates this way. This spine, as a result, rotates the opposite way. This shoulder comes down and this shoulder goes up, and this head ends up in left side flexion. Okay? So that to me is really profound, because that just shows an understanding of the body. You'll also find that in Michelangelo's Dave, by the way. So if you see how Michelangelo's Dave is standing, he's standing like this. He's shifted over onto his right side. His pelvis is shifted forward on one side. His lumbar spine is rotated to the right. His thoracic spine to the left. His left shoulder is higher up and his right shoulder is down. His head is going to the left. That's the left AIC, right BC, right TMCC pattern. Not everybody has it. It's just common. And it's good to understand, because if you stand over onto your right side, your body should naturally move in a certain way to make sure everything is balanced. Here's the key part. This is a really important thing to understand. If you have a preference to stand on one side or do things one way, it does not mean that that's necessarily a bad thing. But if you're getting pain or discomfort, or things are getting stuck because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you've learned a pattern which you want to get out of, then it's good to be able to get out of that pattern or move over to the other side. And what I mean is, if I stand on my right side all the time, and when I walk I lean to my right way more than I lean to my left, things like my right groin might be tighter than my left groin, my right posterior hip capsule might be more open than my left posterior hip capsule, amongst other things. So Posture Restoration Institute have proposed the reason for this pattern is that we are 90% right-handed, we are left brain dominant, we think our right thigh bone is bigger than our left thigh bone because of the left brain dominance, we have a bigger right diaphragm, the heart sits a little bit to the left, amongst other things, so we can tend to breathe into the right side and tend to shift onto the right side. So again, it's not that it's in everybody, but the beauty of this is that it can be approached from a muscle movement point of view, where you can test, is your hip flexor, your right hip flexor on or tight or showing tension versus your left hip flexor. Do you find it easier to shift over onto your right side in comparison to shifting over onto your left side? And so pain or discomfort that might be experienced in the body could be from overuse of one side. And so strengthening that side might necessarily be the solution. It might be actually teaching the body how to get off that side, to give that side a bit of a rest, to let the other side take some of the load. Okay, so the language of WYDA is far more energetic and far more a kind of a gross approach, whereas the language in Posture Restoration Institute is far more like to the point and focusing on the individual muscle and just focusing on muscle movement. Okay. Now, this is another quick diagram that I'm going to show you. So these are the energy centers. They've been strengthened. they've been stabilized, and they've made their way back to the center. Okay. And then what begins to form is this kind of sense of our aura. Here the energies merge together, and this is our aura. Okay. This part is, to me, is an element to try and understand. The way I would describe this is that you feel comfortable moving. If you imagine the Vitruvian Man moving in all directions, reaching, there's no restriction in your reach. When you go, you can stretch your back, you can stretch your hips, you can get a stretch from the tip of your fingers, top of your head, all the way down to your toes. Everything that's in your field of reach, you feel safe and accepted to express yourself, to move your body into that space. You say, this is, I am a human being, I am here on this earth, I have permission to go into all these areas. This is my space, and I have no doubt about my space. You could, and I've seen people talk about this as well, of like a protective egg or sphere around the body. I would take that with my one concern about the concept of this egg and protection around the body is that it potentially puts you in the position of separation from the world, versus looking at a glow where I'm glowing and that glow is radiating out. Like there's light coming out of me and it's glowing all around me. There's none of that is dark. It's all glowing out of me, and that creates a hue or a glow around me rather than something that's enclosed. Now, I think the two of those can actually be looked at interchangeably, where you can say, when I need to be protected, I can protect myself. I can let in what I want to let in, and I can continue to shine and have that glow about me and be comfortable to express myself. And that is a process of learning for me in my place in the world and how to communicate in the world, how to use my voice, how to use language, how to understand what's going on around me, and how I'm expressing myself, and participating in life, I suppose. Okay. Sinné for this video. Go míle maith agat. Slán.